Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's time to do another batch of share designs. And I'm going with 1938 instead of 1940 because just in case these will be used for a 1940 campaign, maybe sometime, the AI typically likes to build share designs from around 2 years before the actual starting date of the campaign. So that's why I'm doing 1938. Should have access to most of the same tech as in 1940. Let's start with a super battleship. And we're starting with the British because, well, why not? And currently in my US campaign, Britain is one of the major players as far as the AI goes. Well, Britain, France, Russia, I guess, and China, and Austria-Hungary. Germany, for some reason, has just fallen behind. They have very low GDP. So, but that's just how it is. It's gonna differ from campaign to campaign, I guess. Let's make it a little bit bigger, like so. Let's make it a little bit slimmer. Like so. 86,000. Oh, we can make it a little bit bigger. Like so. Yeah. That's nice, I think. It's gonna set the crew to regular. That's a lot of tower spotting. Well, it's overhanging the side of the ship. This one isn't. How about this? Was this overhanging? No, that's fine. Oh, seems that this hull does not have access to the longer secondary tower with like the bit in the middle here. That means we're probably gonna go for an ABXY turret layout. That funnel is taller for some reason. Oh, gosh darn it. Didn't mean to remove the whole tower. I think we're gonna have enough engine efficiency even if the fore funnel is a little bit smaller than the rear one. 28 knots to begin with. Oil 3 and turbo electric. That's pretty nice. Now for guns, let's see. Mark 4 16, Mark 4 17. Everything else is Mark 3. Might want to go with the 17 actually. I think I have an idea. Not sure if it's gonna work. But something like that. "12 guns. Nice. Like all of this is pretty nice stuff. Tourney KC, I guess. It's a pretty good option. A little bit less armor strength than British cemented, but more resistance. Although this is a British ship, though, but not sure if the AI has that armor unlocked. All or nothing? Yeah, that puts us way overweight. But that can be adjusted. Standard ratio. Double capped ballistic. Cordite and composition B not unlocked in 1938. What's like kind of safe here? What's the flash fire chance? 23%. That's not too great. 9%. Dunite. In that case, yeah, that works. Let's make it even heavier. Maybe not that heavy. Generation 2 radar. Generation 1 scout plane. Okay, let's shave off some of this weight. What kind of armor penetration are we looking at? $20,000 meters, 20 inches of belt penetration. Deck penetration, not that high, not until you get out to like 35,000 meters. Let's go 20 on the turret face. Actually, no, let's go 19 and 19. 10 on the turret roof, that's adequate, I think. 18 on the main belt. Not really all or nothing here, but actually that's like so, I guess. Okay, inner belts can be reduced a bit. Might actually have to reduce the turrets. Maybe I want to go for 16s instead of 17s. Let's do some comparisons here. Quad 16, double 16. Let's give them the same armor as the 17s. 2947, 2696. At 20,000 meters, 18 inches of belt penetration. At 30,000, we're looking at 6.2 deck penetration. Six-inch deck at 30. We don't save that much weight going with 16-inch guns. Actually, let's reduce this Citadel armor a bit. Still a bit overweight though. Let's just go with 16s. Like so. That's a pretty nice layout. And we have some weight to spare. Range can be reduced. 27,000 kilometers, almost 28,000 kilometers. That's pretty good range already. Does that mean we can go back to the not quite. Not quite. What if we go with diesel? That works. Yeah, that's the basic layout of the ship. Let's go with the secondary guns. Six-inch turrets look kind of small up here. They would have been 5-inch. 8 will not work. 7s will. Eats up a lot of weight though, but we can reduce their armor a little bit. Or is there actually a point in going with the 7-inch guns? Maybe 6-inch quads? Let's just give them the same armor layout. Well, they can't have the same barbette thickness though. 429 tons. Okay, they're actually quite a bit heavier. Maybe because they're quads. They got more range though. 19.6 kilometer range with AP. Now let's just go with 6-inch guns. Like so. Find a little bit better placement for those. There's a lifeboat in the way here, that's kind of annoying. Maybe like so instead. No, it worked fine here. There we go. 3-inch guns? Do they fit somewhere? Yeah, up here. And unlike 2-inch guns, they can actually have some armor. Well, not barbette armor though, but some armor. Speaking of 2-inch guns. Oh, they even fit on top of the turrets. And some doubles. I know it was possible to actually put the quads up here, but that looked kind of stupid. There we go. That is a British super battleship. I think you still get a minor accuracy negative modifier for mixing double and quad barrel turrets on your ship, but it's not a big modifier. And once you have stuff like Generation 2 radar and Coincidence 5 and these kinds of advanced towers, then yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's gonna be noticeable. Let's save that design. Okay, so that was super battleship. Let's make something a little bit more sensible. And then we're going to make something not sensible with the super battlecruiser. Modern Battleship 2. It can be made almost as heavy as the super battleship. It can probably be made a little bit faster. Because the Lion class has a top speed of 28 knots. Which is fine. Guess we're gonna go diesel with this one too, because it saves weight compared to turbo electric. Does it overhang? Nope. We're good. And this one actually has access to that long rear tower. Again, this funnel is a little bit taller than... That looks too small. Well, that works. Good enough. And we're gonna do kind of the same thing, just with one less turret. And again, these are gonna be 16s. This is basically gonna be like a King George, just with 16s instead of 14s. Because, well, as you see, the displacement is kind of in a different league. Oh, that range can be reduced. 40,000 kilometers, that's way more than even the AI would need. Even the AI that sails its ships all around the globe for no purpose all the time, which is why it's always low on fuel. So yeah, when designing ships that I intend the AI to use, always give them more range than you would need on your own ships, just because the AI is kinda, well, it has issues. Let's go with Tourney again. Again, Anti-Torp 3 because it's it doesn't add as much weight as Anti-Torp 4. Oh, let's go with that. And what did I use for the other one? I forgot already. Amatol? Sure. 0.3 flashfire chance. Good enough. RDF doesn't actually add any weight in Naval Arms Race. This one can have Generation 2 scout plane, I think, because, well, it looks like it actually has a float plane hangar. Armor. This can be reduced. Let's go 18, 18, 9. $17, 5, 5. There we go, no longer overweight. And that's decent. Only 6-inch main deck. Might increase that, but when you add the Citadel layers, it's not too bad. Yeah, 1645 Mark IV, that's decent. Already has very good range and pen and accuracy and all that stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff is fine, I think. Got a bit of a 4-weight offset. How about I move you back a little bit? Move you back even further and then add a secondary barbette. Now, secondary guns. We're gonna go with 5-inch guns. Yeah, overall I think this is a better looking ship than the other one, the super battleship. I got 2 guns less, but you know, a little bit cheaper and a little bit faster. Let's see, 6-inch turret armor, 5-inch turret armor actually. I guess 7 is fine. 1.8 is the maximum on the barbette. 3-inch guns. And some 40 millimeters. They do fit up here, but it doesn't look like they should fit. .6. These will fit. I can squeeze them in here. Yeah, it looks more right than the 40 millimeters, the quads, I mean. I have to wait to offset. It's not much of an aft weight offset, but yeah, 0.1%. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. Can I add another inch of turret armor? Yes. Yes, I can. Thunder. Oh. Didn't mean to delete the name. There we go. Tiger, because that was the lion. go one more. Modern Battleship 1. Prince George. How big can this be made? 60,000? Yeah. Let's go -2 on the beam again. Not really for any particular reason. And because we're doing diesels on the other two, we're going to do diesel on this one as well. Tiny bit of overhang. That works. Also overhang. That works. Not really that much difference in funnel capacity. Yeah, that works. Now, we've done 16s. Let's do something a little bit more sensible. Not that 16 is really unreasonable. That barbette is way too small. Looks goofy. Sticking with the big barbettes because these turrets are kind of huge. Are we gonna go 14 and make an actual semi-historical design here? I guess we are. Prince George. Again, the range is quite amazing. Forward offset still. Let's mess with the components and armor first before worrying too much about the weight offset. It's cheaper. Let's go with that one. This is a hopefully gonna be a bit more of a budget-friendly battleship. Flash fire chance is very good. Coincidence. RDF, Gen 2 radar, and the Gen 2 scout plane. Still got weight to spare. What if we make it a little bit less historically accurate? 14 Mark IV, 15 also Mark IV. Let's just give them the same armor layout. What kind of deck penetration are we looking at with these? I guess 10 to be safe. Oh, 9.8 is the maximum on the 14s. So the 15 is, yeah, it is quite a bit heavier than the 14. But there's lots of weight to reduce here, so we're going with 15s. Yeah. Okay. And it's got like the same Citadel armor layout as the other ones, just with a little bit less main belt armor, and yeah, not even close to being overweight. I have to wait offset. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move the towers forwards a bit. A little bit more. Place these back down. Move those. And put one more here. Like so. Okay. 3-inch guns. They fit up here. The quad bowfers on top of the turrets, as usual. And just scatter the double barrels all over. The aft weight offset is back. You know what? That can probably be fixed just by me moving the funnel. No, it cannot. We're gonna live with it. 0.1% is, again, basically nothing. And what more can be added? Okay, we can try add some speed. I guess this is gonna be not that fast of a battleship, but decently fast battleship. Well, we're going with cat names, I guess. It's a ruse. Enemy spies are going to be thinking these are just German tanks. But no, they're in fact British battleships. They couldn't be more wrong. And the battlecruiser. Super battlecruiser, even. "44 knots? No, it's not going to be that fast. But it's going to be pretty fast. So, might as well stick with the feline theme. 37. And again, diesel. don't think I need to slim this down. It's already very, very sleek. Not saying I'm not gonna do it, but wow, not enough funnel capacity. But I think this can fit 2 funnels on the rear tower. $79 versus 87. Yeah, that works. That works. Range is again very, very good. Which is not a bad thing for a battlecruiser. Now, what kind of guns are we gonna mount on this? Let's do kind of the same thing as with the Panther. Using the 15s. Just with the same layout as on the Lion. Weight offset. Might also remove that barbette, move the towers further forwards, and mount the turret straight on this wedge thing. Okay, I couldn't resist. I had to slim it down just a little bit. Now, of course, the thing with battle cruisers is that the baseline armor they're given by the game, not that excessive when compared to the battleships. So there's not going to be a lot of room to reduce the weight. In fact, it's probably going to increase once I start messing with the armor. Yeah. Don't have that much weight to play with adding armor now. But the weight offset is gone. Just making it look a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Okay. 19-inch barbette, probably more than is needed. But the turret sides definitely needed more. There we go, overweight. Maybe I can actually skimp a little bit on the armor, seeing as it's a battlecruiser, not a battleship. But I still want it to have like decent armor. Yeah, okay. So let's find where we have to reduce some things. It's not that much overweight, actually, when you think about it. I can move this further in a little bit. Move these further in. It does save a bit of weight. We can even reduce the range further, and that's still very good range. There, that buys us some displacement. These can fit up here. I mean, it works. It looks silly, so I'm not gonna do it, but it works. I don't think that was an option with the other towers, on the other ships. Probably gonna reduce turret armor a little bit on the 5-inch turrets. Now let's go with the 3-inch doubles. And of course the ubiquitous 40 millimeters. Aft weight offset 0.1%. Not gonna care. I think that's it. I think that's the cheetah. Let's save the sign. Let's save the sign and grab a thumbnail. Like so. Now, what next? What about a normal battlecruiser? That's not a super battlecruiser. Spending a lot of time on the capital ships now. Modernized battlecruiser. Or battlecruiser 6. Not really that much of a difference between them. Let's go with battlecruiser, modernized battlecruiser. Same speed, 37 knots. We'll preemptively reduce that range, because I know it's gonna be pretty good once we add the diesel engine and the funnels. No overhang, that's good. Is this another case of no, it does not fit 3 funnels. Well, it's gonna be 2. That's still good enough. And the range is also very good. Now this is gonna be, I think I'm gonna just do 4 doubles instead of adding any quads. Poking out of the of the dry dock. That's okay. That's fine. So either one turret here and one up here, or one on a barbette here. I might reduce the displacement, make the ship a little bit shorter, because it's just very long at the moment. So this is like a modern interpretation of the hood. Almost. Yeah. Liking it. Liking it. And the whole cat name thing is not based on anything other than the first ship randomly being named Lion. That's all there is to it. Improved crop. All or nothing. Yeah, we're not even overweight. Yet. .2 flash fire. Decent. Radar 2 scout plane. Because it does have the hangars. Forgot what kind of armor I gave the cheetah. It's gonna be kind of like ballpark, somewhat similar. This is impressively cheap. Yeah, I got a few fewer guns than the cheetah, but it's like the same speed, a little over half the weight, and so far less than half the cost. There we go, that's the armor. And there's plenty of weight to spare. Might even increase the range again. Make it a little bit more likely to see action. Which is something I'm not really getting too much of in my US campaign at the moment. Which is why I'm doing this instead of showing you a gameplay video. Because the game will just not provide me any battles. Let's see, 5, 2.5, whatever this can be, 1.8. Spread the turrets out a bit. Oh, 3-inch doubles. A little bit more punch and range when compared to the 1.6s. And just slap these wherever they fit. Just not on deck because that looks messy. Yeah, there we go. Aft weight offset. Fine, this can be moved in a little tick. Leopard SD, 45,000 tons, 1 billion cost, which isn't even that much. When you don't factor in the crew cost, it's actually quite affordable. What's the maintenance on this? 24 million a month. Yeah, that's not even that much when compared to some of the other ones. Let's save that Leopard. Now, that was the battlecruisers done. Wait, no, because large cruiser is also a battlecruiser. Indomitable. This just looks almost antiquated. Let's see, how cheap can we make a battlecruiser? Do the British really need another 1938 battlecruiser? Well, they've got 3 battleships, so might as well make 3 battlecruisers, right? Can it fit 2 of these? Fit 2 of those. Now this is gonna have 14-inch guns, I think. Barbette is too small. I mean, it works, it just doesn't look right. Or are we gonna go super light on the guns? Nah. It just looks weird on that hull. Let's go diesel again. There's plenty. Oh, you haven't messed with the speed. This does not look as fast as the other ones. So 33 knots. Yeah, that range is insane. Let's add all the things. See if we can get away with this. So far, looks like we can. Radar 1, scout plane 1. Armor. This is going to be quite a bit lighter than the other ones. Ooh, yeah, didn't like that. Nah, this just looks goofy with the 3 funnels. Almost same height. Gonna go with the same kind of secondary. No, I guess not. Guess we're going with 4-inch guns on this one. Because at least they fit. And as always, .6. Ship is overweight. Aft weight offset. Yeah. Turn down the range a bit. There we go. Still very good. .2 aft weight offset. Is that even something to worry about? .2 aft weight offset again, but we can move this up here. Ah, 0.1. Whatever, good enough. Links. There we go. That's the last battlecruiser, I think. Unless there's one more. I know there was, when we were doing the earlier ships, there was one battlecruiser hull that just was kind of small and super fast. It looked way more modern than that hull, but I guess it's been made obsolete, which is weird. Modern Heavy Cruiser 4. How do you look? You look like that. But I guess that's the, wow, that's long. Nelson. Overhang. That works. Does that work? That also works. Okay. This is simple. You either have that one or these ones that just look weird. So that's the one we're going with. This funnel is too mega for the main tower. That works. Looks good. 50,000 kilometers. Okay. Are we gonna go like the same mix of double and quad turrets? Just with a smaller caliber? I guess we are. Mark 5 10-inch guns. Oh, we can't go quads. Well. Guess that's how it is. Right. Let's just build the rest of the ship. 10-inch guns on a heavy cruiser is pretty nice. 0.5 hull weight. 4% hull weight. Electro Hydro is heavy. So we're at almost 11,000 tons. Doesn't add much weight. Barely any at all. And it's about 150 tons. That's a bit lighter. Of course, you get some bad stuff with that, but actually, do the AI really need to be more maneuverable and even better at dodging torpedoes? Probably not. Not overweight. I'm gonna go double capped again. What is the flash fire chance? Yeah, 0.1%. Nothing. RDF, radar generation 2. And it has the scout plane hangar. Wow, that's way more armor than you need on cruiser turrets, I think. But the hull needs some armor. This is gonna be a very heavy cruiser. But that's okay. In fact, let's go like that. It's still not that expensive, really. Okay, even got weight to spare for secondaries. Halfway to offset. Let's move that more in the middle and just move that stuff up a little bit. You can move out a bit. I barely moved at all. I don't think I even moved it. Like so. There we go. Perfectly balanced. Secondary guns. Do the 5s fit? They do not. That makes the choice easy. Like so. And of course the 3-inch guns. They don't fit here. Why no fit? Because the funnel is too fat? Is that the problem? No, it just don't fit. There you go. It fits. No problem. No problem at all. And of course, good friends from Sweden. .40mm, that should be 1.6. Like so. Oh, can fit some more here. No. Cannot do that. Okay. 0.3 aft weight offset. But there's still a lot of weight to spare though. So how about we do this? Barbette. It should be taller. And this needs to move forwards a bit. Now that needs to move forwards a bit. There we go. And there's still weight to spare. Maybe we should put that into some speed. 34 knots. Maybe put it into some range. I don't know, armor? It's already very well armored. What kind of rate of fire do you get? 16.5 rate of fire. That's quite incredible. Can you even add... Why not? Why not add the best anti-torp? We got so much weight to spare. Why not make the range ridiculous? Yeah, I think that's the ship. Nelson. Hmm. Can't think of any more cat names. I think just house cat would be kind of lame for a warship. British short hair? That's a type of cat. And Nelson is fine. Is it really though? That should be a battleship. It was actually an armored car, not a warship, but I guess if we're naming the capital ships after tanks, then why not? Why not name the cruisers after armored cars? So that was the heavy cruiser. There are a bunch of heavy cruiser hulls. I'm not going to build on all of them. Advanced escort cruiser. That looks pretty neat. How big can it be? 15,000 tons. "31 knots. That's kind of low for a light cruiser. Gonna reduce the bulkheads because it's a cruiser, not a well, it's a light cruiser. Still want to go with diesels though. I guess that's the standard here. That's some crazy tower spotting. 10,000 meters. 10,000. Yeah. Doesn't look the best though. We can lose a kilometer of spotting range and get that tower instead. No collision model? Guess that works. Yeah, I guess that works. Main guns. 6-inch? Port. Oh, did I accidentally not center that turret? There you go. Now the range is actually not as great as I would want it to be. We can try adding a third funnel. And this is not just my funnel fetish. Speaking. It's actually the need for more range. So we can actually do light cruiser things. Starboard weight offset again. What? Yeah. $30,000 kilometers. That's pretty good. Anti-flood and Citadel 5. Now, what kind of ammo for the 6-inch guns? Incendiary and semi-ballistic is actually a pretty good option, because you can burn down the big ships and punch holes in DDs. But this is Naval Arms Race, and the burning down ships thing has been nerfed. So I guess we're going old reliable. That's not the greatest penetration though. I mean, if this ship wants to pierce the 6-inch belt of another light cruiser, it has to be at 1,000 meters, which is kind of point blank. That made it worse. That made it better. There we go, yeah. Can actually pen some things. Auto too, because rate of fire is kind of important on small guns. And again, we're gonna kit it out with Gen 1 scout plane. Okay, we're overweight now. Needs sonar. It needs depth charges. It does not need mines, because the AI is kind of dumb when it comes to mines. Okay, let's make it a little bit slower and a little bit more fragile. Six-inch main belt is possible. 3-inch fore and aft belt, 3-inch deck. It should have a little bit of Citadel armor. It's overweight again. Like so, I guess. Yeah, the range is good now, but everything else is just not working out. It is kind of fat, I think. Let's slim it down. That made the weight much better. For weight offset. Yeah, not a big deal. Secondary guns. Let's just not worry about the 5-inch guns on this. Plop down some 3-inch. Do those quads look good if I reduce them to 1.6? These ones kind of look okay. Those ones looked... let's go with the doubles. And they have to be reduced again because I took them off. And the game decided not to remember. Yeah, there we go. Ship is overweight. There we go. That works. 1.4 billion for a light cruiser. That's not even that good. That's more than twice as expensive as the Saracen class heavy cruiser. It's slower, got smaller guns, less armor, less range, less everything. It's more expensive than the Leopard battle cruiser. It's more expensive than the Lynx. It's almost as expensive as the Panther class battleship. Yeah, this is kind of a failboat. I mean, if it had been 4 knots faster, it would have been kind of good, but still way overpriced. Let's save it. So fine, let's try and build a light cruiser that's not underwhelming and overpriced. I wasn't looking at the cost, it just ended up that way. Advanced Escort Cruiser 1. This one has a higher max optimal speed. Modern Light Cruiser 2, even higher. Advanced Scout Cruiser. That looks better. Tower doesn't fit. That tower fits. Let's make it naval treaty compliant. Can this be made decently fast? Let's go diesel 2 actually, because more horsepower per ton. Funnels. Oh. It's one of those ships that have access to only weird funnels that take up a lot of space. 44. 43. But they do look good though. What kind of radar towers do we have that are not huge? And I think I only need 2 funnels on this. Oh, they can actually like slot into well, I thought they could. But apparently not. I mean, that kind of works. All these towers are kind of huge. Let's just pretend there's not an annoying gap of a couple of pixels in between there. So it works if I place the tower down first. There we go. Let's move it back. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Yeah. Main guns. Can we go 6-inch triples on this one as well? Or do we have to go lighter? I mean, it's already a better looking ship than the other one. Birkenhead. 10,000 tons. Let's see if it's gonna end up being 8,003. That adds so much weight. Yeah, it adds engine weight. Well, I knew that, but it typically doesn't make that much of a difference. So we can see if it's possible to upgrade those later on in the design process. Bulkheads don't add that much. Citadel added quite a bit. Standard ratio. Let's go old reliable. Capped ballistic. Tube powder and amatol. Rate of fire, boom, overweight. Some scout plane, because it does add to the ASW value. 6,000 ASW? 7,000 ASW, that's pretty neat. Okay, I think we're gonna go with doubles, not triples for this one. It's already getting up there in cost. And as for armor, so far it ain't got any. 3.2 is the maximum for the barbette. It should have some armor, I think. That's way overweight. Yeah, something has to be reduced. It's probably the speed being higher than what the hull likes it to be. Then again, we end up with a light cruiser that is a little bit too light for my tastes. Could of course make it bigger, but that's just gonna make it more expensive again. Although, if you don't take the crew training into account, yeah, it's not that much expensive, but still kind of expensive. Let's go Citadel 3. Let's go Reinforced Bulkheads 1. Oh, I've maxed out the bulkheads. That doesn't help. There we go. Standard bulkheads. Can we now go back up to 37 knots? Nope. Nope. 36 works. Of course. And this is still not possible. And the ship still ain't got no armor. Let's go with Auto 1. Anti-flood 1. I don't want to compromise too much on speed or on range, because those two are kind of important for a light cruiser. As are sonar, depth charges, and basically anything that adds to the ASW value. Which I found a lot of things do, including radar. See, goes from 7,000 to 1,000. For some reason it seems like radar actually adds more. Yeah. Radar has a much bigger impact on ASW than sonar. See, with no acoustics at all, no depth charges, it still has a better ASW value than if it has both of those things and no radar. I don't know. That's just how it is. It's kind of weird. There we go. Not the most well-armored light cruiser in the world, but at least it's not overweight yet, because there are no secondary guns on it yet. I guess we have to compromise even more on speed. Secondary guns. And it also has no torpedoes. I guess they only fit there. And some anti-aircraft. Let's make them 1.6s. Will they fit atop turrets? They kind of will, but they don't have any sector of fire if I put them there, which is weird. Actually, can I put some torpedoes on this? No, not even double tube. Kinda. No, they just don't fit, and they would definitely not fit if I increase the torpedo size. So we're going back to the 3-inch guns. And that's it. I mean, the cost is at least kind of not insane, but I still wouldn't call it cost effective. Because when you compare to that heavy cruiser, what you get for what you pay, it's not much, really. Or is it possible to just make a there we go, modern light cruiser, max optimal speed 36. How does this have a much higher max optimal speed than these two when the hull looks like it's made in like another century almost. This is one of those light cruisers that just end up looking like every other light cruiser ever made. But it's also one of those that can be made really fast. Yeah. Double hull, reinforced bulkheads. I haven't even reduced the bulkheads yet. Turn it down to many. And Amatol Auto 2. See, it's so far much cheaper. Let's just throw everything at it. Ship is overweight. Yeah, almost 7,000 ASW. We can reduce the speed down to 38 knots. That saved a lot of weight. I mean, this can be made quite heavily armored. Main deck, I didn't like that. That added a lot of weight. Needs some main deck though. Like so. So far, not too expensive, not too heavy. Good range, good things. Just overall, we can make it Citadel 3, make it lighter and cheaper still. Four-weight offset, that can be resolved just by moving this stuff around. Torpedo launchers. 99% of the weight though. That might not work. We can reduce some of this stuff. Then find but do they fit? That's the issue. They don't really fit. I guess it could add underwater launchers? Make them 22-inch. Oxygen torpedoes. That's kind of scary. Secondary guns. Ship is overweight, but not by much. Not really by much. I can tuck this in. Like so. Can replace those by the Bofors. There we go. I can't really think of a good name, so let's just call it the Eclipse. Good range, very good speed, not very expensive. With the crew training not taken into account, it's actually quite cheap. Decent armor, decent guns, even got torpedoes. Why is this so much cheaper than that, even though it's faster? That's because of the optimal hull speed, I'm guessing. Which doesn't really make sense, considering that that hull just looks faster than this. So yeah, that might be adjusted. I think it should be adjusted, but I'm not the one to do it, because that's out of my my skill set. Anyway, let's just save that, and that's the British Navy of 1938. Not gonna do the DDs. The AI typically does an okay job of designing its own DDs, I think. There's not really that much to it. You just put on some guns and torpedoes and you have a DD. Anyway, that's enough for now. Goodbye, and take care.